Hi friends, it's Joan at Joan's Mini Homes, and once again I'm working on the Vermont Farmhouse Junior dollhouse build. And the last time I was painting one coat onto all the pieces and sanding, and as you can see here, that is pretty much done. I still have all my little labels for what is what, because some of them are very similar to each other. But you know what? If you don't have labels, all you have to do is go back to the instruction book and just make sure which piece is which by measuring them. It's really easy. So since last time I bought my paints, and I realized that Plaid Apple Barrel did not carry the original color that was chosen, but I got something very close, so I'm ready to go with that. Now we're going to walk out to the kitchen area because today's video is about the floors and finishing the floors. And if you remember in the last video, I was wondering why did we have to finish the floors, because they looked super nice the way they were, but I realized that it is for protection. It's to protect the surface from scrapes and things. So as you can see, we have the base floor, the second floor, and the attic floor. And on the other side of these, of course, they're painted white and sanded because those are going to be the ceilings of the rooms above them. So what I did was I laid my, this one's finished. You can see the nice shine on it. I'll show you what I used in just a sec. And then I'm going to show you on the third one, it isn't done yet, so I'm going to show you what to do there. But the first thing you need to do is to go get you some acrylic urethane. And so what I got was, and I'm going to try to get in the light here correctly. Okay, good. This is Varathane Ultimate Polyurethane, water-based, and that's what you want. You don't want the oil-based, because first of all, it's really hard to clean up. It has bad odor and so on and so forth. And so this cleans up with water. I got semi-gloss. You can get gloss if you want super glossy floors, and I believe you could get matte as well. I didn't see matte there. So I got this. It's a little can. This is 8 ounces. It may have been about $13 or so, but I'll be able to do the floors of many dollhouses with that. So the first thing you're going to do on the first coat, and I've already got the first coat finished on this one. The second coats are done on the other two. They're just waiting to dry. But when you put it on, it's going to bead up. The first coat is going to bead somewhat because the floor is sort of like rejecting it. So what you do is you simply take a cloth, you do put your first coat on like you did, and I'm using this nice synthetic brush, and this is very soft and good. I showed you these in the last video, and because I painted with them also, and you can wash, they wash very nicely and dry very nicely and don't get ruined. So anyway, you put your first coat in, it's going to bead up a little bit, it's going to look weird and separating. So you simply take a soft cloth and wipe it off. Now that'll leave enough on the surface so that when you do the second coat, it will stick and it won't bead. But before you do the second coat, the instructions say to take a crumpled up paper bag, brown paper bag, which I got here, crumpled up brown paper bag, or it also says, let me look at the directions here, how it words this. It says you can also use a non-abrasive pad, a synthetic steel wool pad. Now, I don't have those, and I wasn't really feeling like looking for one, so I just used the crumpled paper bag. And then what you do is you just go over it like this, and what this does is it just takes the shine off a little bit so that the second coat goes on very nicely and it doesn't bead up, and it'll lay super nicely on your floor. So I did that. I just went over it a few times, and then I'm going to apply my varnish, and I'm going to try to do this with the camera in one hand and the paintbrush in the other hand. So we'll see how that goes, because I've got to open the can first. I've got to get your handy little dandy can opener. Let me see here. Oh, that would help. Alright, there we go. I got it. Sorry about this camera action. I need to get boom arm, and I have a tripod and a boom arm, but it's being used for something else right now. All right, so then I'm just going to take my brush, of course, dip it off on the side of the can, and then apply this. And it goes on cloudy, which is normal, but it dries very nice and clear and smooth. And that is what I like. So you can already see the difference in the shine, I think. And so I just apply that, and you know what? It's very forgiving, so you can even go over it a couple times. If you notice you miss a spot, or if you know something doesn't look quite right, you can fix it up before it dries. And then it said to let it dry 2 hours for another coat, but really the instructions just said to apply the first coat, wipe it off, and then one more coat. So that's all I'm going to do here, is a total of 2 coats, and then I'm going to be finished with it. Because I like it. I didn't really see the necessity of doing it at all, but then I thought, well, you know, a child's going to be playing with this. They tend to bang things around just because they're kids, and that's what kids do sometimes, and that's okay. Plus, if they have little siblings, a little sister that's interested, or even a little brother, you want to make sure your floor is not going to get banged up. All right, so that is it. Now, I'm excited to announce that the next video is going to... Okay, so that's done. You can see the shine on it, and it should dry just about that shiny. And then I will go, and I'm going to flush the edges off like that. I don't know what that word is, flush. Okay, well, I'm just going to do that. All right, so and I'm going to make sure to put the lid back on. I'm going to wash my brush with water and soap, and it washes very nicely, like I said. And one more thing. When you use your polyurethane, don't shake the can, even though you might want to mix it. I used just a bamboo skewer to stir it with it, because if you shake it, it'll make bubbles in it, and then if it gets bubbly, it'll add bubbles on your wood, and then your floor will look bubbly, and it won't look nice and smooth and shiny. All right, so I'm seeing something weird there. What is that? Okay, that's just a little more varnish. Okay. All right, very good. So that's that. And the next thing I'm excited to say is we're going to start building. Like we get to put walls together and that. So that's like, I'm excited. All the little beforehand stuff is, you know, it can be really fun and relaxing. But once you get to building, it gets really exciting. At least it does for me. Now, I want to thank you for been watching my fairy house videos. I have gone fairy garden mad, and I apologize to those of you who are like, man, I don't want to see any more fairy gardens, please. Okay, there's one I fixed up. I fixed up the house one. Okay, that's the last fairy garden for the year. I almost promised that. But thank you for watching those. From now on, I'm going to be focusing on miniatures, and I'm going to be focusing on this dollhouse and my other dollhouse as well. So I just wanted to show you a magazine that I found. This is called, I love this because look, it's the lady who does these plants, miniature plants, and her name is Hannah Lemon, and there's an article about her in this magazine, which is Artisan Creations by Women, made in her studio. There's the plants she makes. That's Hannah Lemon. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think she was on the Canadian competition show, the competition dollhouse show. Best in Miniature, I think it was called. If you know, let me know in the comment section. And the article is called All the Small Things. By Hannah Lemon, and her plants are her main thing. They're beautiful. They're made out of clay, and she does other things as well, little watering cans. Anyway, it's a really good article, so if you're interested in getting that, I found this at my local Barnes & Noble, who no longer carries any of the other dollhouse or miniature magazines, which I'm really sad about because I just loved to buy those. And there she is, Hannah Lemon. She does beautiful, absolutely beautiful work. So again, and this is Artisan Creations by Women made in her studio by Stampington and Company. Oh yeah, there it is, Stampington and Company. And this is $17.99 in the U.S. and $23.99 in Canada. I used to like really freak about spending that much on a magazine because there are books that don't cost that much. But I mean, this was really a good value, and as long as there's something that I'm totally interested in the magazine, I'll just every now and then go ahead and buy it. Even though the entire thing is not about miniatures, but it is about women artists. So, all right, friends. So that is that's the video for today. That is again finishing the floors for the farmhouse build, and I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.